You could tell Governor DeSantis is not running this state. This fall, students attending one of the 64 state universities of New York schools will be forced to take a social justice course if they want to graduate. The mandate prompting backlash even among staffers. Our next guest is a professor at Suffolk Community College and a campus reform higher education fellow. Nicholas Giordano joins us now. Nicholas, this was stunning to read. I thought about you right away. Now, all of a sudden, if you want a SUNY degree, you have to take some woke course?
Yes, Brian, thanks for having me. And it's becoming part of the graduation requirements. So in order to graduate from SUNY, if you start registering in the fall 2023, you have to meet the diversity, equity, inclusion, social justice requirements. And colleges and universities throughout the country are actually pushing this in their graduation degree programs as well. And so it's extremely divisive. What's being done in higher education needs to recognize enrollment's down, companies are dropping degree requirements, and it's all through self-inflicted wounds like this.
So here's some of the things that are going to be in the new equity class. It wouldn't apply until 2023, as you mentioned, so these juniors and seniors can graduate. But individual and group identity involving race, class, gender, power, and privilege, so oppression, opportunity, social justice, action. So some of the buzzwords: whites are all oppressive, blacks are victims, America terrible, built on slavery on stolen land. These are going to be some of the buzz terms you got to sign off on or write essays about. The chancellor wrote this: exposure to and understanding of diversity is essential to success in our modern society and economy. By recognizing and celebrating the diversity and fostering respectful dialogue and debate, SUNY provides students with world-class education they deserve. So up until this point, they didn't provide that education, but now they do.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And I think the biggest problem is that when you start changing student learning objectives to meet these requirements, there's no debate or discussion of whether institutional racism still exists and what agencies or departments does it exist, how does it affect everyone. It's almost as if it's an absolute, that it's a guarantee. And what it does is it tribalizes society, puts identity above the American identity, put everyone in their little groups, and tribal societies don't work, and that's exactly what they're doing. You're either part of the oppressed or you are the oppressor. And unfortunately, too many, it's been going on for far too long, where we need to stand up. America is a unique nation. We have many different people from many different places. We coexist well together. And they're destroying the framework. I mean, the reality is that the United States is one of the few nations that's been able to achieve this idea that we could all coexist together. And now they're saying that these institutions, well, they're against you. And they're racist, and they're part of an evil cabal since the beginning of our history, 250 years of recorded history. And so when we look at this, what's going to be the response towards the country that these students are living in, and how does this prepare them for the workforce? That's when we look at college prepares students for the workforce. How does this do that?
So well put. The most successful multicultural country in the history of the world. That doesn't mean you don't bring up segregation and slavery. That's part of our history. It's always worked. But the word
totality
melting
of American
pot,
history.
Exactly. Melting pot is the buzzword. And a lot of people watching at home saying, go somewhere else. They're great schools. They're affordable. They're subsidized with tax dollars. And if you're paying taxes, you kind of want to push your kids towards a SUNY school. The other one, private ones, are $70,000. These are affordable. And the facilities are fantastic, and the teachers are exceptional. So it's really putting people in a tough spot. Nick, not you. Keep fighting back, and hopefully the students will have a say. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian.